my next question is for Rory because he comes from a publishing background, and we know that the publishing industry has gone through a lot of turmoil, shrinking circulation, declining sales, aging reader place. Consumers want real-time stuff, which means basically the digital thing has really thrown a curveball to lots of people in publishing. But as you guys are early adopters, which means that you are in a better position to say whether or not publishing can turn this into an advantage, or whether or not digital can actually save publishing. And yeah, don't dress it up, say it like it is.
Okay, can you hear me?
If not,
I'm also softly spoken. The question is saying, is digital going to save publishing? I'd say completely not. The big winners are not publishers. So if you look at Bristol Evening News, Evening Post even, it's owned by the Daily Mail. All of a sudden, the guys making up the pages every day are in Leicester. The guys doing the printing are in Slough. And you go on to the website and you've got the associated companies, you've got JobSite and so on. It is all completely digital, but the publishers aren't the winners. The publishers are just being shoehorned into that space. All the big successes, leaving aside Google, search engines, they're all to do with sharing. You're sharing your photos, your videos, your experience of your hotel and your flight and all these things. You're giving reviews to Amazon on your books, you're rating other buyers on eBay. It's all about sharing. All of that is user-generated content. But none of them are publishers. And actually one of the things I used to say, and I've sort of stopped saying it now, is the only reason I've got this far is I'm not a proper publisher. I'm just a bloke who wanted to do something, and the internet sort of came along and it all fitted. So what I want to show you now is a couple of things where if we switch the question around to which publishers will survive, because it is a survival thing, and a few of them will really prosper, I would say, before we start running this video, the old guys like the national papers, they'll be fine. Likewise, the Reuters, or as it's now called, whoever they merge with, Thomson Reuters, they're fine. LexisNexis, those are all oligopolies. There's one or two of them, and they're unassailable. But for all the old publishers, you have to be in a tiny niche. And there are 4 magic words, if I can remember them, and if I can't, Lisa will remind me. But basically, the buzzwords are reach, or traffic is the new word for that. You need engagement, so people actually are interested in the stuff you're producing. If you have any sort of advertising, or in our case, sponsorship, you have to have context. It's absolutely useless shoving insurance at people who want to find out about international kite surfing, or in our case, it's bits of business advice. So unless they're reading about insurance, for Pete's sake, don't shove insurance at them. And the last word, which is a huge one in small business, which is where I live, is trust. So 99% of websites, they pull you in, they spend tons of money getting you in there, and then they completely abuse you and try and squeeze every pip out of the lemon. So those are the 4 words. Now this is it's just a bit of fun. Nameless have put up the visuals. I'm not quite sure what they'll be, but this is a tiny magazine. It is international kite surfing. It's 2 brothers in Canterbury in a house. They go around the world. They get videos of international kite surfing competitions and so on. They've got a slightly unusual format. It's the magazine format that you electronically turn over, but it really is what I'm saying. It's they've got a very specific audience. They fully engage you. It's a very exciting magazine if you look at it, and everything's in the context, and they keep the trust thing. So, quick look at this. If we could play this. And that was that.
Really quick.
Go back.
So, this magazine, when you come onto the page, it will immediately play music, very, very cool music, and you'll have a video going that you can obviously expand. The videos, it's user-generated content. The manufacturers of kites, surfs and boards will spend a fortune on that video clip. It is absolutely brilliant. So the two chaps in Canterbury just provide the platform. They get fantastic user-generated content, and for the users, it's a very, very, very engaging experience. Now, an interesting fact off to one side, the precursor for this was a paper magazine that was only ever read in evenings at weekends. This is only ever read during office hours. It's true.
What does that say for the economy?
And just moving on to the donut, it's exactly the same thing, where you're going out. This one is law. It's only law. It's very specialised. It's going at 4 million small businesses, but it's got 1,300 legal FAQs. Nothing else in the world has got anything like that advice. So you're pulling people in and then saying, do you want some more help? Speak to a lawyer in Bristol. Speak to a lawyer in Ipswich or whatever. You've got the local thing, and so on. So I'll stop there. Nameless, big hand for them on this one.
Thank you.